welcome everybody. We think that we're going to try to create a little sacred space here. And light this wonderful Manifest a Miracle candle. Perfect. All right.
Hello, everybody.
Let's see who else is here now.
Well, there's a bunch of peeps here. We have a bunch. We have a Logan, a Sean, a Susan, a Wendy, a Savannah, a Gilda, a Peggy, a Doris Jean, a Laurie, a Carol, an Anna, and a Shana. Hello, everybody. And
Wow.
those of you who are not channel members will see that your name is not in green.
Aha. That's how
Might be something you'd like to contemplate at some juncture. Especially Academy of the Occult. Hello, Helena, and hello, Cass. So there you go.
All right. So yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit more as we go in.
Because we got some fun stuff planned, I got to tell you. First off, though, I would just like to say a massive thank you to, there's a few of you came, I know that were out yesterday, that in horrendous conditions stepped up to the plate. It was some kind of miracle we pulled off yesterday with our house blessing. Please, why I have to turn this off. I don't want to hear Harbour Freight. Harbour Freight, you owe us $300. Don't interrupt our broadcast. Anyway, no, we did our bad seed apple tree blessing, Wassarian apple tree blessing. And first off, major thank you to Sean, who got up at the crack of the proverbial sparrow fart like we did and came because we had two places to shovel out. Fortunately, the snow was nowhere nearly as bad as they said it was going to be. So whoever did the weather magic, thank you. So we were able, because we thought, well, it's just not going to happen. But then everything came on from there. First off, we get the snowblower out and the battery's dead. Oh no! So I've got to get new batteries. When I say dead, I mean it won't take a charge properly. So I need to get a new battery. So we had to do the driveway by hand. And my bunny used to say she worked herself to the bone yesterday. So then it turns out that the cooks at Bad Seed had called out sick. So there was going to be no food. So we had to impromptu rustle up a pancake breakfast. So thank you everybody who did that. And it was great. It worked out. After all that, it worked out great. And thank you. Honestly, thank you, Logan, for coming down all the way. And Drew if you're
Linda,
there.
Linda for all her effort. She made beautiful treats that we're going to use Friday night.
Saved the day with a hot plate because we pancakes came out kind of slowly, but they came out. That was it. So, thank you. Yes, Savannah and Tony came to see us as well.
Savannah and Tony were there.
It was fantastic.
Donna and her friend were there. Anna was there.
Yeah.
So it was a decent turnout. We expected probably twice as many peeps, but I think the snow kept
weather, and the fact there was Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah,
not that we have any interest in Super Bowl. I believe it's some men with odd-shaped balls running around, doing stuff like that.
So this talk brings me to think of another way, and I wrote this down, another way to explain what's happening astrologically, right? Because for people who have been hanging around a while, they know that I usually explain the astrology with food.
Food?
Like I'll talk about the planets as spices and ingredients and things like that.
Explain astrology with food.
Well, it's always good to have metaphors. But the first thing I wrote on the top of my paper today was, troubles come in threes, and the third time is the charm.
So that's both good and bad, or bad and good, or questionable or desirable.
Yep, trouble comes in threes, and the third time is the charm.
I know where you're going with this.
Yes.
I know where you're going with this.
All right. Who just joined? Because I can't see anything.
We have a Gunga Crick, which is Crystal. Hello, Crystal. Okay. And we have Lizette has joined as well. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. So
if we haven't said hello to you yet, forgive us. We will.
So for our Mari Wassail, we feel very strongly about keeping the old ways alive.
Mm-hmm.
And it was around this time last year, Sean reminded me, hi, Lori White. Sean reminded me about this time last year is when the Mari skull arrived. So we've come a long way in a short time because we did get it together and we were able to, bring this Mari to being. And we took her to Bad Seed and had her, her pub,
If you haven't
challenge.
seen the video of that, that's on there. Yeah, on our channel. Check it out.
The other thing that frequently you use the Mari for is to toast, literally toasted bread, toast trees and wassail in an orchard.
Mm-hmm.
So Bad Seed, of course, let us come back. So the trouble comes in threes. Okay, we've got this all planned and it's going to snow. All right, we'll handle that. Oh, we've got this all planned and the snowblower's dead. All right,
We'll
we'll
shovel it.
shovel by hand. Oh, because it snowed, there's no food and you've promised everybody breakfast. We'll handle that. So trouble comes in threes. But then sometimes when you're working on something, you have to take a few stabs at it, right? You try it and it doesn't quite work. And you try it and it doesn't quite work. And then the third time is the charm. Well, that's one of the best ways for me to explain to you retrogrades, right? So the planet says, here I am, you want to try this? Okay, well now you have a different perspective. Would you like to try this? Third time's the charm. Or trouble comes in threes. So the outer planets go retrograde like one time a year. So I'm talking about Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Pluto, those guys once a year. The inner planets can go more often than that, and we know that Mercury does 3 stints, 3 times. And what's unusual about Mercury this year, because this year is just completely unusual, Mercury usually retrogrades through the elements. So it'll be like retrograde in Aries, retrograde in Leo, retrograde in Sag.
No.
Retrograde in, Cancer, retrograde in Scorpio, retrograde in Pisces. So this year, there is a tremendous amount of activity between Aries and Pisces. And when the Mercury retrograde goes in Aries, it's going to go back into Pisces. And then it's going to go in Leo and go back into Cancer. So it's going to be an unusual year for Mercury retrogrades. We also have that Mars retrograde that's going on until April, where Mars is in Cancer, doesn't like Cancer, and it's trying to get into Leo. We're also probably already feeling that Venus retrograde, and that's going to be an intense show of, we talked about this last week, of uprising, power to the people, protesting, things like that, peaceful protesting. And I want to talk about that in a bit too, but I want to finish this part of the conversation.
Well, third time's the charm. Third time's the charm.
Then we also have Uranus, that all of the outer planets are moving from from water signs and earth signs into fire and air signs. So Uranus is trying to make its way into Gemini.
Okay.
So we see this with Uranus, where it said, oh, I'm over here, do you want, and it's going to hit Algol, where it's been hovering, but it's going to be an absolute conjunction, both at 25 degrees on April 6th.
Should we put tinfoil hats on or something? Should we maybe kneel down and get under our desks?
The other 2 ways I could kind of talk about this, like some planets are going direct, some planets are going retrograde, some planets are stationary, right? If you could imagine a 6-lane highway, let's imagine a 6-lane highway.
Just put a song lyric in there.
And where, most of the time all the cars are going in that direction. But imagine that there isn't the other side where the cars are going in the opposite direction. And imagine that there's no like laybys or no, you can get off here and rest. There's no rest stops. We're kind of experiencing people at rest in their car, which is really horrible if you come upon them, right? You're going 60 miles an hour and, oh my God, right? But at the same time, other cars are coming in the opposite direction, right? And that's what we're feeling with these, right? Like some planets are going this way, some planets are going this way, some planets are at their station, stationing direct, stationing retrograde. So no wonder we feel like we're in the, in a washer machine that's not on delicate.
Permanent press.
In a washer machine that's at, extra dirty, let's churn them up. But I think the highway thing is a really good way to think, we talk about navigating the stars, right? And if we think about that, we are navigating like this, 8-lane highway, I suppose, that's lit up by the sun and the moon, this 8-lane highway where some people are coming at us and some people are stopped in front of us, and we've got to figure out how to zig and zag and outsmart them so we don't have any accidents. And just think about third time's the charm, or why trouble comes in threes, and think about being prepared if something isn't going the way you expect it to. Right? Or is it
what
going
are you going to do
all?
about it?
Because we know that air fuels the fire. So as more and more of these planets get into their air or fire sign, the speed limit's going to go up. And we're going to be able to go 80, 90, 100 miles an hour.
Going to burn some rubber.
Unless we come across a stopped car.
Or somebody driving the wrong way on
or
the highway.
Or a big truck coming the wrong way. So now is a time to get prepared, I guess I'm saying, on how you're going to navigate this highway of crazy, crazy astrology. And we're really already feeling that Al Ghul, don't lose your head stuff is still very prevalent, and it comes to its like peak or crescendo on April 6th. We're already feeling, it's only a few weeks away, the Venus retrograde. Venus doesn't like Aries. It's going to be retrograde in Aries. So we're going to see women in particular doing peaceful protests. And then, we still have that energy of the Mars retrograde. It's not happy in Cancer. Cancer doesn't like hosting Mars. So there's a lot of hostile energy.
I think that is a good way to describe it, hostile. But open hostilities just lead to war. That's probably not what we want. So
no.
I'm all for civil disobedience and peaceful protest. I think that's necessary. Yeah, but aren't we living the 60s all over again? Aren't we?
Well, right. We've been there, come forward. Now we're going back, and we have to come forward. Right? Yes. So we've come from 1960. Now we're going in our retrograde, and we're going to have to come back forward.
But look how much good started to come out at the end of the 60s with the
EPA
and just the whole Woodstock thing where hundreds of people turned up and people were okay.
Civil rights and women's rights and a lot of really good.
But there's always been this like barbarous undertone of the robber barons who want to control everything through the military-industrial complex and what have you. I don't know. Jimi Hendrix said it best. I think it is, when the power of love finally overcomes the love of power, then we will know peace. And that is a good thing,
Right.
It is a good thing.
So a lot of people have been saying, like, but what can we do?
What can we do?
Our hands are tied. We have to just not watch the news because there's nothing we can do.
No, you should be informed.
But I did put out a post on Facebook. I'm really hating social media, but I understand that it's the way we communicate. So I put out a post with some things to think about. And we're coming for the Leo full moon.
In fact, it is tomorrow, is it not?
The 12th.
Okay, the day after tomorrow.
Yep. So it's numerology 2, 12, 20, 25. Everybody always forgets that too.
Don't forget the 2. It's important.
This is a 4. So this full moon,
Good foundation.
numerologically happens in that 4, that foundation, and that corresponds to the Emperor card, right? That foundation. And then it's at 12 degrees Leo, and that gives us the Hanged Man. But 1 and 2 reduce to a 3.
That they do.
So we have, the Emperor with his foundation numerologically, and then when we do our Taroscope work, we have the Hanged Man and the Empress. So they're both very interestingly connected to thinking about things outside the box, or connecting with other or spirit, or even past life stuff, to be able to cope with what's going on right now.
Use the wisdom that has been bestowed upon us by our ancestors, perchance.
Yes.
Perchance. So I have to address this because Gilda says no tie-dye today. Oh, that's too much. You didn't want to see that. There you go. Tie-dye.
It's underneath.
It's
yeah.
underneath. I'm wearing a jumper because we've got the heating turned down, save a buck or 3, so we don't need to cook our house. So we
All right. So this Leo full moon, Leo is known as the Leo full moon. If you look in the Farmer's Almanac, says it's the barren moon.
Yes.
It's a little too cold to plant.
Yes.
But it is definitely the time to prepare.
Yes.
And with everything that's going on these next few months, leading us into that really crazy time. Remember, I've been barking about April to August being just off the hook.
Yeah.
But these next couple of months, or 4, 8, 10 weeks leading in, is our time to prepare. So if we were gardeners, which many of us I know are, we're starting to plot plan our garden, and how many of this are we going to grow, and how many of that are we going to grow, and if we're rotating crop, where are we moving it to, and there's all this kind of behind the scenes preparation. Well, it would be a great idea if we thought about that as a group mind. So people have been asking, what can I do? What can I do?
What can I do?
You can reassess how you do things, right? So think about your personal spending within your community. If you want to go on my Facebook page, you'll find it.
I know where you're going with this.
Okay.
I know where you're going
So
with this.
the only voice we really have right now, in a way, is our silence, right? We think we can't, there's nothing we can do. Whatever we say doesn't make a difference.
Sometimes silence speaks volumes.
Right. So I would really, really love it if you try really hard, especially on the 28th, not to spend anything unless it's absolutely with a local ma and pa. So look at that last week of February. If you're a menu planner or you order things, for the first of the month, whatever's going on, do not use Amazon, Walmart, Target. Don't just be getting things shipped to you. Really reassess how you do things. And in fact, if you could do without your phone or the internet on the 28th, I'm not saying disconnect the internet. I'm just saying no doom scrolling, or don't feed the oligarchs. So especially on the 28th, please do not order things on the internet from large corporations. Use your voice to help small community things. Like, think about, here we are in New Paltz. We have a McDonald's and a Burger King. But there are plenty of other restaurants that are ma and pa's. They're not chains. You could get a burger. Right? You don't have to go to CVS or Walgreens or any of those big time guys. We have Diedrich's, a local little pharmacy. You don't have to go to ShopRite or Hannaford's or Tops or Whole Foods, for God's sake, that's owned by Bezos.
Yeah.
You could go to your local little farmer's market
Newport's
or My
Nutrition
Market
or
or the health and nutrition store, right? And the money you spend there makes a huge difference, right? So here's an example. When we sell our book at our shop, we make $8.
Assuming we sell it for retail.
Right. When you buy our book on Amazon, we make $1
Between us.
between us, 50
Between
cents.
Well, she gets 51 cents, I get 49.
So if
I don't
you
figure that out.
because my name comes first. So what I'm saying is, if you go to your local Ma and Pa, a local bakery, a local bookstore, a local gift store, right? If you spent your money there, okay, now granted, it would cost you less if you bought it on Amazon, but you're also not contributing to that terrible carbon footprint either. Right? So if you go into a village and plan your shopping, maybe you could walk around some of the time, maybe get some exercise. You get to know your local people. You get to know, who your neighbor is, things like that. And if you don't like the community you live in, make one trip to a community you do like. Right? If you don't live in New Paltz and you love New Paltz, come there. If you don't live in Rosendale, go to Rosendale for the day, whatever it is, or anywhere local to where you are. I know many of you are all over the place. But what I'm trying to say is, if you order the book from Amazon, it comes free shipping. But the shipping isn't free to the carbon footprint.
No, it's not.
And the people who are writing those books aren't given a fair share. And the people who are packing them and shipping them are being abused as well.
Do you know these poor Amazon drivers have to pee in bottles?
Well, the guys in the warehouse, right?
Yeah.
But think about that, right? So if you came into our shop, we're going to talk to you. You can ask us questions about what we've written. You can become part of our community. It feels good in there. People are smiling at you. And we make $8 that then we can put back into our community, right?
And we do invest in
and
our
that's
community.
just one small example, and I know I'm using us, but if you think about the same thing, it happens with a bakery or the grocery store. You go in there and you buy bread from them that's made from like bread alone. It's locally made. And
it's organic.
And it's organic. And now they get money to make more bread. The people are being paid a fair wage. You got to start thinking about this. But we can prove our voice by our silence. And it's being put out there that February 28th is Blackout Day. Blackout Day to the oligarchs. Do not buy anything that day unless you are in person at a Ma and Pa. Right? If you can find a Ma and Pa gas station instead of a giant Mobil or Exxon, really think about it. Really think about where you're putting your money.
It is because, this may sound really crass, I suppose, and almost cynical. But you have to understand that capitalism is, money's more important than people. It is. That is, whereas the idea of the labour movement is the labour that actually produces the goods that make the money. But just having money doesn't itself make money unless you use the backs of other people to do it. I mean, I'm all for free enterprise, don't get me wrong. But I think late stage capitalism that cares only about the bottom line and doesn't give a flying chuff about anything else is not a healthy or sustainable business model. And that's why now, William Shakespeare said power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. It's gotten to the stage where there's like less than 1% of the entire population of the United States holds 99% of the wealth. Okay?
That's crazy.
That's how it stands. And somebody like Elon Musk can't spend all of the money that he has in his lifetime if he lived to be 2,000 years old.
But he could eradicate world hunger?
But he won't do that.
No.
He won't do that.
Well, I've seen somebody, Savannah, I said things. I didn't know that Bezos owned Whole Foods.
Yeah, Amazon bought Whole Foods.
It's worse than that when you start to do research. Applegate, used to be Applegate Organics. It was bought by Hormel. So these conglomerates with their subsidiaries are buying up everything. Burt's Bees was bought by Clorox. So I'm saying to really drill down and think, okay, I'm going to go into this store because they make creams and lotions and lip balm. And okay, I might have been able to buy a thing of Burt's Bees for $3, but I no longer know what the hell is in it, and I'm putting it on my lips. I'm going to take it in my mouth. But now instead of paying $3, I have to pay like $8, but I know exactly what's in here. I can talk to the person who made it and find out I'm not allergic to anything that's in here. And it's only more money because that person was buying a small amount. They couldn't buy the thousands of gallons of whatever that Clorox could. So yes, we can do with less. We waste an incredible amount of stuff. We could do with less, and we could support things locally, and by doing that we're using our voice to give power to the people.
We're supporting community again.
Right?
That's the thing.
You look and see who owns most of our food. You're going to find like Tyson, Purdue, Nestle, Kellogg's, Kraft, General Mills, and they control almost everything
you put in your mouth and everything in the grocery store.
So look for homegrown things. Grow it yourself.
Grow it yourself.
Look for the
support a CSA.
Whole grains. Yes, buy a CSA right now. This is a great time to get in on your local farmers market stuff. And you know, if we don't slow this train down, it's not going to slow down.
It'll eat itself.
Right? They've done away with the FDA. Now they don't even have to tell us what shit's in our food.
And the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, whatever it is, you know, that the one that where, you know, if a bank says, oh, we see you have no money, we're going to have to charge you for that. Here's a $50 charge because you haven't got enough money in your account.
Yeah, so they're doing away with any kind of protections for little people. So we have to protect each other. So don't go to the giant grocery chains. Don't go to BJ's and Costco's and Walmart and Sam's Club or whatever. Shop local.
Shop local.
And, you know, if you have to buy something, try also to find a ma and pa, right? A lot of your local stores, you could find what you need there. Like, you know, we have a health food store in New Paltz. You can get toilet paper. You can get Grove products there, whatever you're going to get. It's way better to buy them someplace like that than to order them online and pay the shipping or have the shipping happen. Right? So again, February 28th, let your silence be your voice. Buy nothing that day unless it's from somebody you know as a ma and pa. No ordering on the internet.
I will tell you, if we could galvanize this and we got, like, say, just for argument's sake, 60%, 50% of the American population to actually buy into that and do that one day, they will notice. If we did it for 3 days, they would capitulate. They would actually throw their hat in the ring and realize this is a fight we cannot win.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Susan says Tom's of Maine was bought by Procter & Gamble. Absolutely.
Growth by
and a
acquisition.
friend of mine who used to use that deodorant, shortly after that buyout, when things had cycled through, their armpits broke out like crazy and they couldn't use Tom's anymore. So we don't know what's really going on. We only know bits and pieces, but we know it's time. Peaceful protest. Use your voice as your silence.
Absolutely. One of the things that and this is something that she's very sharp. I will say that you got to get up early in the morning to catch Lisa. But we were shopping, and you pick up the same package, which you think ostensibly is the same thing, and you notice the word organic has been changed into original, using exactly the same font and spacing, but it ain't organic anymore. Price went up.
So just be really mindful. If you have a local farm where you can buy, if you're not a vegetarian and you're still eating meat, look to local farmers.
Yep.
Who are ethically treating those animals.
Actually care for their animals.
It's because whatever we're taking in our body, we're taking in our soul too. So be mindful. That's the main message about this transition into the age of Aquarius. Mind. Aquarius is the last of the air signs. Be mindful. Right?
And never forget who you are and how much influence you have. They want you to think you can do nothing. They want you to be frightened. They want you to be depressed. They want you to withdraw into yourself and take more of here, have some more Prozac. You know?
They want you to submit. So the best way we can unite and stand up with a voice is through the blackout. And that's like a peaceful protest, like a sit-in.
If any of you guys out there, and this is if you're a movie buff or what have you, one of the most seminal works that George Lucas did, and he did this as his film school project, and it's got a cult following. It's THX 1338. If you ever get to see it,
THX 1338.
It's because people don't get names; they get numbers.
Okay.
And it's a dystopian society that's underground and everything. You learn by injection, literally. So it's really, really kind of oddly true to life, and it's about this one person, and they eventually give up on the chase when this guy actually gets out because it costs too much money in resources to try and stop him from escaping. and they break out into the world and see the sun for the first time, and it's kind of moving and beautiful and well worth looking at, and it's troubling and very dystopian, and there's a lot of white key in it and all that sort of stuff, but we need to read more. We're
living it now, aren't we? It's happening.
We need to not doom scroll, disconnect. And there's an irony because we're saying you're watching us on social media, but hey, we're real people.
But we're a local ma and pa,
and we're a local ma and pa.
And we're actually getting pennies for these watch hours.
Actually, one of the best things you can do for us is become a channel member. It is really great. And the other thing that really, really helps, and we haven't got anything to offer you today because we didn't even think about it, is you throw us a super chat. That really helps too. These are things that actually bring us a little bit of money in to support our channel and will help us do more and more for you. And we've got some plans. We'll talk to you about that later. So anyway, what you got then? Read ingredients always. We found nuts in pizza dough from a shop. Yeah, no doubt.
Right, Savannah saying, I saw there is a new local family market in Hyde Park.
Excellent.
Great. I think it's great to know what your local market business is. Absolutely. And Bob's Red Mill, he died and he left his business to his employees. Yes, that's another one, right? So just be mindful, do a little research. Mm-hmm. Make sure that you're getting what you think you're getting and that you're supporting who you think you're supporting. And now more than ever, that really makes a difference. We don't want to be all squeezed out, so there's no place to shop that isn't going to feed the billionaires' pockets.
There are, as Savannah's saying, there are, like with Bob's Red Mill, there are some very ethical, bigger brands like Newman's, for example. Like 100% of their profit goes to charity. So, and they're largely organic. I mean, they don't 100% organic, but they try.
Newman's
just try to be more cognizant of what you're doing and where you spend your dollar. We know you can only spend $1 once, but where you spend it can have a massive difference. Don't feed the machine that's trying to eat you. feed the people on your side, and I think that's a good way. We are really powerful when we coalesce and act together. We really are.
Right. So February 28th. Plan ahead. If you know that you always buy things end of the month for first of month, what have you, plan ahead and black out February 28th.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
All right, so we have the Leo full moon coming.
We do.
And you guys know, many of you have joined the Academy of the Occult, and we thank you very much for that. We're trying to build a community over there for people who can't get to the shop. Did you want to read the next? I saw something else come.
Oh, no, it's popped up. I see Courtney's joined us. And speaking of local businesses, I'm going to plug yours. Bad Seed Cider is a beautiful, beautiful place. And they're such lovely people. And it's a local business. Support them if you can. They're in Highland. Anna says she gets a bread from Cohen's in Ellenville. Gosh, that's cool. Oh... Craft beer is much better than Budweiser. Yes, yes, I agree. Craft cider is wonderful, you know. These things, you know, it doesn't mean you have to suffer by any stretch of your imagination. Support your local businesses.
Okay. So if we do that and we tell our friends and we spread the word and we black out on the 28th, if everybody does it, they'll get the message. And if that doesn't work, then, you know, like Canada is saying, if that doesn't work as pushback, we'll do more. We'll do a longer one. We'll do a different one. And we'll figure it out. All right. So Wednesday in the Academy is when we're going to do our full moon, our Rowan Leo full moon ritual on YouTube. So for members only in the Academy of the Academy of the Occult.
Easy for you to say.
You get your once a month moon class. And that'll be happening again on the 26th, I think, which is a Wednesday night.
I just do what you tell me.
We posted a really, really nice meditation called Auric Alchemy. I know some of you have done it, and it's very, very helpful, especially at this time. We're going to be launching a story time with Anton, and that will be available at the A-team level.
A-list.
A-list, okay. But the people who are in the Academy can
also
see everything in the A-list and everything in the sweep team. So at the Academy level, you get everything that's going on in the community. And I think that's it. But it's a time to really get it together, right? This Leo full moon that's coming is your time to organize and get your act together. And if you don't, you may not navigate that oncoming traffic very well. I'm sorry.
So if you guys are, I'm not sure when we're going to do bedtime story time. We've got an idea. It's probably going to be between like 9 and 10.
We'll do one for everybody.
And we'll do one for everybody.
And then you can see what you're going to get if you want to sign up.
I don't know what, if you guys have got a good idea of something you'd like me to read for you, might be at the Mabinogi. I don't know. Just chip
goodness.
in. I'll take whatever ideas you want. I've got some good
Goldilocks
ideas.
and the Three Bears.
Oh no, come on. I can do story time. I can do that. So yeah, we're very excited, and we'd love to in some way bring that sense of normalcy and love and care back to our community. And we fully appreciate everybody just can't come into the store every day of the week, but we can come into your living room if you like, or whatever, or wherever you're watching, your bedroom, your boudoir. Oh, I love thank you. Yeah, we made hold that thought. I'm going to go grab one.
Okay.
I'll have a shameless plug because most people wouldn't see this. You can be talking to people.
All right. I'm going to start the readings because we're getting really short on time, and we have, as usual, Monday is our admin day and all kinds of things to do. So I'm going to start the readings. I've got Logan first. Logan, if you were planning on moving, this is a really great card to get yourself prepared for that, to think about what you're going to pack, what you're going to take, what you don't need, and let things start to move ahead really quickly. Can you do that at the end? Okay. Next, we have Sean. And Sean is feeling like that, being held back, or like you can't quite break through something. And I think the best thing to do is close your eyes. And like Luke, use the force, right? So you might feel like all these things are coming at you and overwhelming you, but if you can close your eyes, you can feel your way forward, and you can move forward from stress and panic place. Susan. Susan, really good time to get your business affairs in order, especially the things that are self-employed type businesses. It would be better to launch them next month at the Virgo full moon than to launch them now. But now is the time to prepare them.
Because prior planning and preparation never hurt anybody.
Savannah.
She's going at rocket speed. Look at this.
Savannah, pay really close attention to your dreams over the next couple of weeks, and even write them down and maybe talk to somebody who does dream analyzing to get the most out of them. So keep a little journal or something you can record in when you first wake up from the dream so you don't miss any of the details. I'm trying to go fast because we only have a short amount of time.
20 minutes. You're going to be done in 5.
Gilda. Gilda. Oh, Gilda. I think this is not...
Congratulations, Gilda, by the way.
Yes, congratulations. I think this is not so much about a relationship or the lovers and that we think of it that way. I think this is about healing and coming to a place of balance and coming to a place where you can understand what's being offered to you. What are they saying?
I don't know. I don't know if I got it.
I can't see with my glasses on or
Well,
off.
from where we'll talk about the candles in a bit.
Yeah.
Laura's feeling poorly because she says she's sick and out of town and falling apart. Well, we'll stick you back together, Laura. Don't worry. People are sending Laura lots of love and healing. And Susan says she's working it out and thank you very much. And Savannah says don't forget to click the like and share this on the page if possible so others can view it too. Thank you, Savannah. That's sage advice. Do mash that like button because we're definitely a little short from the people watching. So there.
All right. Peggy, some really good news is coming. Something that you had thought about in the past but didn't quite get it to come to fruition. I think this is one of your third times the charm and you're going to get some really good news about that. Do you want to do a few of these?
I'm easy. I don't care where we're up to because Lizette says me. Have you done Lizette? Did you forget
I've
Lizette?
got Lori, Carol, Anna, Cass, Lizette, Nicole, and Laura.
Yeah, we've not forgotten you. Don't worry. Keep going. You're doing it. You've got the flow. I'll just shut up.
Lori,
I'll waffle at the end.
Lori, our Lori.
Our Lori. She likes being called our Lori.
Sometimes we have to be reminded that patience is not a 4-letter word.
Patience.
All right. So I think you're in a place where literally you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. You know, yesterday I really didn't think I would be up for shoveling, and I'm not supposed to be shoveling, but I did it, and that really made me feel like I accomplished something and we were able to get on with our day. So have a good talk with yourself. Be patient and follow the rules, and it'll be okay. Carol.
Carol.
Carol. Don't throw in the towel just yet, Carol. Somebody's trying to take the rug out from under you or make you think something that's not quite real. So step back, reassess, and pick up your sword.
Pick up the musket.
Oh, God. Anna, you need to find some time to meditate. Don't be tricked by the trickster, that fox medicine. Find time, even if it's that you have to go to bed 10 minutes early or 15 minutes early in order to be able to find a little time to meditate. That time will renew you way more than you think because everything is hustle bustle. Cass.
Not even 5 minutes.
Cass, don't pay any attention to gossip. Anytime we see this card, we know that there's an illusion. Something is not real, and people are trying to make us feel like it is. So reassess like Carol in a way. But I don't think you've given anybody the sword yet, but best not to. All right, Lizette. I can't read them.
Oh, they're going too quick. Feel better, Laura. You're so quick and the info is so detailed and intense. Thank you. Yes, Lisa is the best. Thanks. I'm all over the place. Changed my flight to Wednesday and then there's the storm.
Yeah.
Gosh, regretting changing it because I just want to go home and I'll be out dollars and I'm spiraling. Oh, don't spiral. Don't spiral. Come on.
Well, yeah, and it's very crazy time to fly. Anyway, we won't go to that. Lisette, it's your turn. Lisette, ooh. Happiness around the homestead. There are very few cards in the deck with this kind of rainbow energy. And I think this points to chakras and balance and happiness. So maybe take some of the things that you know about crystals and place them in strategic places to bring protection in some places and good communication in other places. You know enough about crystals, you can place them almost like a crystal feng shui. All right. Nicole.
Hello, Nicole.
I saw Nicole's here. Oh, Nicole.
I saw Nicole. This is the one I've chosen.
Well,
for
when
you,
I said Nicole, I saw a little corner stick out. Rebuilding and becoming the architect of your own life.
The great
right?
architect.
The great architect. So, you've got three kind of influences here. The person who wants to build it, the person who is building it, and the person who says how to build it. And now you're all three of those. The person who wants to build it, the person who knows how to build it, and the person is saying, here's the blueprint. So, great time to make your blueprint. Great time to get yourself sorted. Great time to make your plans.
There you go.
All right. So Laura now, who's traveling and wants to come home.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Instead of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You're really feeling it. Again, try to disconnect from all the crazy, because we started this show by saying trouble comes in threes. However, the third time is the charm. So let yourself get to a place where you're paying attention to the things you know and not the things other people are telling you should, could. So get that weight off your shoulders.
Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, you know?
Yeah. So just muster your strength after being feeling turned upside down, and you will be okay. Yeah. All right. Now you want to talk about these candles?
Ooh, candles. That's everybody, isn't it?
Yeah,
Look
I know,
at
I
that.
can blast through.
You just blasted through that. Thank you for the super chat, Laurie. That's very, very kind of you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. So yeah. So one of the things we did, because it was what you're going to do when it's snowing. We were umming and ahhing. I thought, well, look, let's go with positive things. And I started to feel a lot more positive when I read later on. Not yesterday, the day before, Saturday. It would have been. That there was this Friday night into Saturday. It was only Saturday where this started to develop. Because up until late Friday night, they were barking maybe a foot of snow, which would have been, probably too much. But then this big swath of warm air came in. Now, one or two things could have happened. It could have turned the whole damn thing into ice, which would have been like, forget it.
We're not doing any of it.
Or it could have dried it up, and it dried it up.
Yay.
And instead of getting
he was up till 2.
Instead of a 10-inch snowfall, we got 3 to 4, which was good. We
could handle it.
So we knew then when we checked out, because it started to ease off as I thought I'm going to try and put some positive energy into this. I want this, and it really, to be honest, it was more for the Maori than anybody else, because it was her first
Our obligation
year,
to her,
and it's her obligation, because she's not just about here's the threat of winter. She's also the blessing of the oncoming spring. When she releases her rain, rain.
Her rain, yeah. Yes. So this coming Friday night at the shop is the Maori going to sleep. So the Maori gets to go back in her little box and go to sleep.
Yeah, we always put her to sleep on the new Leo full moon.
Yep. She awakens on the Taurus full moon, the morning moon, and she's awake for that quarter of a year, for that winter tide.
So we made wintertide candles when we first woke her up. But I really wanted to do something especially for our friends at Bad Seed, for Courtney and Al, because they are so lovely. They're such nice people and so stupidly accommodating. And if you ever want to go to a fun place, please make the time. Just go there. You don't need us to be there. Go there, enjoy some of their wonderful craft cider, and they're just old-time hospitality. They know how to be nice to people. So I wanted to make a candle that sort of represented that. So we talked about this, and Lisa came up with a few sketches on a bit of paper, and I set to that night, the night before making these. And so this was going to be exclusively available at Bad Seed, but we've got a few left because obviously
we didn't have a very big turnout.
Not a lot of people came, but we thanked everybody who came. So these are 4. We've got the Mary Lloyd. She was in the winter one, the Wintertide one. So this is a Mary Lloyd candle. Then we made one specifically for Bad Seed, and it smells like apples.
So nice.
But it's got the colour of their, because I guess that their corporate logo is sort of like this black
and white
apple kind of thing, which is kind of nice. This is Rowan Berry. Rowan Berry, red thread, keep us safe from all dread. And this one is Welcome Spring.
And that one is my favorite.
Oh, they
my God, this
smell so bloody good. And you can even detect the apple blossom in the spring one as well. So these are so nice. If you want some of these, I think we've got like how many? 6 or 7 left? I don't know.
6 or 8 packs left. They're $20 for the 4-pack.
They won't be made again.
Not
this year,
not this
anyway.
Year.
Not this year. So if you want them, you better call the store and let them know.
Unless, of course, you're in Candle Club, and then you might be getting a Welcome Spring with your...
You might, but it's not going to be in this 4-pack.
No, you wouldn't.
This 4-pack's limited. It was made specifically for that. I felt it warranted something special, so there you go.
Oh, so that's the other thing. You know, we have these subscriptions. We have Candle Club and we have Magickal Year. And in the Academy of the Occult, when we do our rituals for the Sabbats and Espats, we're going to be using our own kits. So if you are in the Academy, you can sign up for the kits and you can have the stuff and work right along with us. You certainly don't need to have them because we will be doing them in a way that can accommodate anyone who lives anywhere that doesn't have to spend any more money. But if you did want the paperwork and the items, you can sign up for Magickal Year, build your own Book of Shadows. And we also have Witchy Wonders that comes out once a month, which is a little less ritualized. Like you don't have to do that at a particular time. It might be more like a divination tool or crystals or something like that. And we have Crystal Club as well, if that's your gig and you want to collect more different crystals and learn more details about crystals. So, coming up on the Academy of the Occult, in the Academy of the Occult, on Wednesday night is our Leo full moon ritual. And then we still have the next moon through your natal chart class. And I've compiled a list because we had quite a few more people join this week. And I've got your natal charts ready for that. I'll have them all ready by then. And then we're going to launch sometime either tonight or tomorrow, depending on how the days go.
Yep.
We will do a story time for the regular channel where you don't have to be a member.
First one's always free.
The first one's free, but that way you'll see what you're going to get. And that comes in the A team, which is $20 a month. And you will get those meditations that drop once a month, and you'll get story time once a month. So, as just a regular $5 sweep team member, you get $5 in karma points back for the $5 you spend. And if you're a channel member, you get the reading on Magickal Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the A team, you get all that. You get the $5 in karma points. You get the reading on Magickal Monday. You get 1 guided meditation per month and 1 story time per month. And if you're in the Academy of the Occult, you get all that. Plus you get new moons, full moons, and Sabbat rituals. And a class.
The workshop, yeah.
Yeah, the workshop.
Which we're working through the...
Which right now we're doing the moon through your natal chart. And when we finish that, we'll start something else. So if you were to come to the store for a workshop or a class, you wouldn't get karma points for that.
No.
And you also would probably pay more because we would be providing printouts and other things. So the classes that are in the Academy are going to be ones where you could pay attention, understand, and take your own notes. And then those classes are up for the month, so you could go back and re-listen and jot some things down. So that's what I encourage anybody who recently joined the Academy of the Occult too late for that first class. Go and listen to the Moon Magic class so you get an idea of what we're going to be covering.
She's becoming the tech wizard. She's using like iPads and all that fun stuff now.
No, I have a producer.
Well, I apologize because I saw the concurrent view account just crash there. So thank you, YouTube, for your considerate advertisement and the micro of a penny that you give us for it. So, well, sadly, we have no control over that one. It's just.
Can't. But in the Academy, there's no commercials.
We have the option to do that when, with our members.
We can demonetize those, and we do.
So is good. What can I say? I just thank you for your incredible support, for everybody that worked so hard to make yesterday happen.
We pulled it off somehow.
I don't know how the hell we did it, but
I thought the pancakes were delicious.
And thank you for your patience, because we were. And thank you, Linda, for the hot plate, because we just had like one hot plate. I could do one pancake at once.
One pancake at a time.
It was just, but yay, it worked. You were patient, and it was good. And we love a bit of a challenge like that.
No, I'm not putting that out there.
No, I'm going to say, in some way, it really does bring about that community spirit. It was like, what can I bring? What can I make it happen?
We're just not the we're going to give up type, are we?
Yeah. And I love that about us. I love it that it's a very much like, rather than sit around and all suck our thumbs going, oh, woe is me, we'll go, we'll fix this.
We can do something. We can make it happen. Yeah, I said, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go sit in the car for 5 minutes. And I thought, what can we make on the fly? What can we do quick? And they said, do pancakes, idiot. That's easy. So
did you post pictures of yesterday? I couldn't take pictures of yesterday, Laura. Both of my hands were full all day.
I did take a video, but it needs editing. But we did take a video of being up on the hillside and the music that was playing, stuff like that.
Traditional apple tree wassail, to be precise. So
it was cold and it was difficult. By that time I had already, spent my energy or shot my wad, whatever, from shoveling, and I was having a really hard time just basically walking around, let alone get up into the orchards. And I was trying to take the video because Suhana, who had said she was coming to take the video, now has to have root canal. And she couldn't come.
She just had a root canal or something.
No, she's having it tomorrow.
Oh, poor
but anyway, so it just was like this incredible, crazy bunch of whatevers. And I was like, nope, I'm going to walk over there and I'm going to go up there and I'm going to take the video. So yeah, it was just kooky, but it came out nice. And the Mari was honored. The orchard was blessed. We can feel like we did what we were supposed to do right by her before we put her to sleep. So
yep.
It's all part of the old gods are stirring, and we are preserving the path and building a community, a safe place. And that's what our YouTube channel is about, a safe place for people who can't make it to the store all the time, and a safe place for people who do make it to the store all the time. This way, if you can't sleep, you have insomnia, you're,
go watch a video.
You can go listen to a meditation, So we're trying to build a place to let people pull over and have a rest.
Yep.
Rather than be on the crazy highway.
A tech stop.
February 28th.
Mm-hmm.
Go and see what you would have to do to black out that day. And tell as many people as you can how important it is. You want to know what you can do? You can have a voice.
Tell them in person. That I think is key. Tell them in person.
The people can have a voice through their silence.
That is true.
All
right. Well, thank you so much for watching us today. It's been fun. Hopefully, I've got one challenge I have to deal with later on today. Hopefully that works out.
Send Anton some good energy for his meeting tonight.
I don't do politics. Really don't do politics. Hopefully if we've got any energy left, then we can get back to doing the story time tonight.
Yeah, we'll see how he is when he comes home from the stressful meeting. If it's not tonight, it'll be tomorrow. But you'll see it anyway.
All right, people.
All right.
That's us.
Thank you all. Thank you to the community, and thank you to the spirits.
So mote it be.
Peace.
Peace out. Blessed
Blessings. Have a great day. Have a great week. We didn't pull card of the week.
Oh, pull a card of the week. Quick.
Oh,
That'll
work on it.
Work on it.
Work on it. You're only going to get out of it what you put into it. Plan, work, create.
Work your magic.
Work your magic.
All right, people.
Bye.
Blessed be.